We are gonna be making such a delicious dessert. If you love cinnamon rolls and you love apples, and this one is gonna be nice and perfect. So here at the bottom of our 13 by 9, we are unrolling one package of these Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. And you notice that I didn't break them apart, so I just kept them out so we can easily roll it through. And then I'm gonna be spreading our apple pie filling right on top. So inside the packages of the cinnamon rolls, this is the cream cheese that I just melted down because we cannot waste this stuff. I feel like this is what really makes the cinnamon rolls. So I'm gonna be pouring a good amount of it, not the entire thing, because right on top, here is another package of cinnamon rolls. So this one is gonna sit nice on top, and then we're gonna make like a little cinnamon roll apple pie filling sandwich. This is gonna be so tasty. So I'm just gonna bring in the rest of that cream cheese frosting, and this is gonna pour right on top. So as soon as you have this all set, this is gonna go into a 375-degree oven for about 18 to 20 minutes or until everything is nice and cooked. So while we have our cinnamon rolls in the oven, here you're gonna wanna take a frozen bowl, and here I have some heavy cream, and we are just gonna measure out 1 cup of heavy cream. So today we're gonna be making our own whipped cream, so I'm gonna show you the easiest way to do it. The biggest secret is just to make sure that your bowl is frozen. And then once you have the heavy cream in there, go ahead and throw a little bit of powdered sugar. Not too much, but just a little bit. And then with your whisk things here, with these metal parts, also put them in the freezer. And then we can go ahead and start off very slow. Just want to make sure that we get everything nice incorporated. And then once you see that the powdered sugar starts getting soaked in by the heavy cream, then we can start bumping up the speed, and we are going to have ourselves such a delicious whipped cream. So now that you can see the powdered sugar is starting to dissipate, we can start turning up the speed, and we're gonna keep going until we get some really stiff peaks. So now you see this is after just about like 30 to 45 seconds of mixing. You can see that we are almost there. So we're gonna keep going until it is ready to stand up on its own. So now once it is all hardened, you can go ahead and turn it off, and then what you are left with, you see it is just nice and super velvety. So as soon as you have this all set, I'm gonna stick this back into the freezer until our cinnamon rolls are done cooking. Oh my God, if this is not perfection, then I don't know what is. So I did let this rest a little bit because we are gonna be putting in our homemade whipped cream right on top. So I just wanted to make sure that it did not melt. And this stuff is just gonna be so perfect right on top of this. If you haven't made your own whipped cream before, I highly recommend it. It just tastes a little bit fresher, a little bit fluffier, and this is just so satisfying knowing that I made this myself. So I'm just gonna quickly spread it all the way across. I'm not worried about making it too perfect. I just wanna make sure that we get a nice thin layer all the way across. So once you work it in a little bit, we are almost ready to dig in, just a few little extra touches. So I like adding in some fresh apples right on top, and this is just gonna make it look a little bit prettier, a little bit more decorative. And then since we have the caramelized apple pie filling in the middle, and we got these fresh apples right on top, I'm telling you, it is just a match made in heaven. When you get that slice and you get both textures of apples, one fresh and one cooked, I'm telling you, it is just amazing. But you can see this dessert is just really easy to make. All you need is 2 packages of cinnamon rolls, some apple pie filling, and then some heavy cream. And you're gonna have yourself such a perfect summer dessert. And these are the Honeycrisp apples, which I'm telling you are the best ones in my opinion. But if you know of any other apples that are really good, go ahead and drop it down in the comments so I can be a little bit more educated. And look at this, I'm just gonna be doing all the way across. I cut up about 2 apples, so anything that's left over, I'm just gonna snack on. But we are almost finished. I think this just looks super pretty, so I am really proud of myself. All right, so once we have this in, we are just gonna take a knife and we are just gonna cut ourselves a little piece. I actually cannot wait to see what the inside of this looks like. So now that we cut it with a knife, we should just be able to take a spatula. Oh my God. Oh, this came out so easy. You can't really see because of the whipped cream, but I'm telling you, these layers on the inside, you can see the steam coming out. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. If you didn't know, apples and desserts are some of my favorites, so I am so excited to dig into this. Especially the cinnamon roll is just nice and perfectly cooked. Cheers. Oh my God. It's
telling you, cooked apples just does something to me. But here I gotta try a bite with the raw apple as well. The contrast from eating like a hot apple and then the cold apple right on top is just a match made in heaven. Enjoy.